Art and literature of Mughal period. The Mughal rulers were very fond of grand palaces. Hindu style of architectural decoration merged with Islamic style of constructing palaces and domes. Shah Jahan built many renowned monuments and is known for as the constructor of the palaces. He also patronized many artists and so encouraged art. The Rajput rulers were very fond of paintings and so patronized the art of paintings. Jahangir too was fond of collecting paintings. Now, during the era of Mughal rulers, I have said this in my earlier videos also, because of Mughals, we got a very world famous monuments in India. Our own city of Ahmedabad, which was been ruled uh, by a Mughal ruler Ahmad Shah. Uh, I will correct myself, not Mughal ruler, but a Muslim ruler Ahmad Shah. Because of him, we got many important monuments in Ahmedabad, and Ahmedabad is considered to be a World Heritage City. If we go in city area and see the Panchkua area or the Jama Masjid or the minars that we have near our Kalupur railway station, then we would understand the architectural value that we owe as an Ahmedabadians that we have with us today. Okay, so because of the Mughals, the palaces were constructed at a very grand level, and these palaces were having a amalgamation of Hindu style of architecture, merging it with the Islamic style. They were also fond of paintings, and there are lot of good paintings that we have in the museums right now. Okay, so the Mughal era is considered to be a peaceful period on whole. It was a favorable time for the development of literature, and Sanskrit books were translated, historical volumes were written, and the Hindu literature received patronage. So, if we see the overall Mughal era, then it is considered to be a peaceful period, and lot of literature and Sanskrit books were translated, and Hindi literature received patronage. Hindi literature means received patronage in terms of Hindi literature को importance मिला. The dohas of Kabir and Rahim and Sakhi became famous. The Rashkhan, a disciple of Vaishnav Acharya Vittal Nathji, composed a Hindi poetry. So the dohas that is been said by the Kabir and Rahim and by Sakhi became very famous. A disciple of Vaishnav Acharya Vittal Nathji composed a Hindi poetry. Many foreign travelers came to India during this period, and they have described the state administrative system and the common life of people in their travel genius. Okay, so travelers have also described the state administrative system of that point of that period in time for the common people, uh, and the life of common people in their travelogenius means their diaries, travelers diaries. The two French traveler Tavernier and the Bernier visited India during that time. So the Tavernier and the Bernier visited India during that time. The Bernier lived in India for 12 years, and he observed that the Mughal rulers used to spend a grand sum on the army. He has also mentioned appreciatively that Indian textiles were very famous in the market of Europe and Asia. So this Tavernier and the Bernier who visited India, they have written in their diaries that they used to spend a great amount of money on their army, and few of the Indian textile products, textile means related to the cloth products, are very famous in Europe and Asia. Let's move to the downfall. Shah Jahan's regime can be considered as a golden age of the Mughal Empire. One can say that the downfall of a Mughal empire started in the later years of Shah Jahan. So, Shah Jahan's period is considered to be the golden age of Mughal empire, and one can also say that the downfall of the empire started On the later stage, means during the end regime of Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb policies too proved fatal. Aurangzeb policies were not very effective on people, they proved to be very false in nature. Aurangzeb struggled continuously among these. The conflict with Veer Durgadas in the north and Maratha Kesari Shivaji in the south were noteworthy. So we have seen that for 25 long years he was battling with Veer Durgadas, Chhatrapati Shivaji in south, and later on with Jats in Punjab. Okay, so his tenure was very शेकी इन नेचर, बहुत गड़बड़ चल रही थी औरंगज़ेब के टेन्योर में. 1. Veer Durgadas. After the demise of the king of Jodhpur, his queen and son were under the threat of the Mughal rulers. Veer Durgadas sheltered them at a safe place. After that, with the help of loyal soldiers, he protected Marwar independence for 25 years. So, when the king of Jodhpur died, his king and son was given a shelter by Veer Durgadas, and then for 25 long years he protected the independence of Marwar. He was Aurangzeb was successful in dealing with their strategies of launching surprise attack and had to ultimately reconcile with the Rajput. So Aurangzeb got used to, and he was very successful in dealing with the surprise attacks of Veer Durgadas, and ultimately he came to the conclusion and he came in agreement with the Rajputs. Chhatrapati Shivaji. As a consequence of Aurangzeb's policy, many kingdoms revolted after him. Maratha kingdom was one amongst them. So his policies was so bad. He used to insult people so badly. He was so what we say. He was not having any kind of gratitude for anyone. He was a very cunning man. So his policies were so bad that many of his own people started revolting against him. So, and Maratha kingdom was also one of the result of that. Maratha Sardar, who worked for the Bahmani Sultanate, enjoyed Jahangiri. So, when this Maratha Sultanate was done, Shivaji Maharaj's father, he was a Sardar in Mughal, Sardar of Mughal Empire. That means he used to serve under Aurangzeb. But his policies were so bad that he revolted against him and established an independent state for Maratha. So he used to be a Jahangir, a land, he was having a large land holdings. But the need to establish an independent and strong Maratha kingdom arose with the emergence of Shahji Bhosle, the brave and the capable leader. So Shahji Bhosle was the father of Shivaji Maharaj, and he was the Sardar under Aurangzeb's uh, tenure as a king, and he revolted against Aurangzeb and established a Maratha kingdom, and he was very brave and capable, and later on Shivaji Maharaj became the son who took over the mantle of Maratha kingdom, who took this entire independent state moment ahead. Shivaji Bhosle was born in 1630 CE in the Shivneri fort. He was raised by his mother Jijabai and mentor Dadoji Kondev. He dreamt of establishing a small and independent kingdom at Pune. So Shivaji Maharaj was born in a Shivneri fort, and his mother's name was Jijabai and his mentor's name was Dadoji Kondev. So under their guidance, under their leadership, Shivaji Maharaj were given all sort of training, and he had a dream of establishing a small and independent kingdom in Pune. He inherited his self-discipline, fearlessness and brilliance from his mother, and learned an intricacies of administrative policies from his grandfather. So brilliance, discipline, fearlessness, self respect, all these things, all these values he got from his mother, and excuse me, इंट्रिकेसीज मीन्स बारीकियाँ जो होती है किसी भी एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सिस्टम को चलाने की, स्मॉल स्मॉल नुआंसेस दैट यू नीड टू टेक केयर ऑफ, All those things he learned from his grandfather. He was fortunate enough to have a good friend like Tanaji. Gradually, he expanded his army, and at the tender age of 16, he started capturing forts like Torna, Chakhan, Sinhagad, Purandar were some of the forts captured by him. So he had a very good friend also with him, and one of his good friend was Tanaji. When at the age of 16 he expanding his army, and he also started capturing many forts. Some of the famous forts that he has captured was Torna, Chakhan, Sinhagad and Purandar. Shivaji was coronated in 1674 CE after several confrontations from sultans of Bijapur and Mughals of Delhi. So, when these Mughals of Delhi and Bijapur said that he is no more a king, then and they started confronting, then in 1674 he had his coronation. That means he was the ceremony of becoming a king was done for him. He worked hard to establish a smooth and effective administrative system. He formed a cabinet of 8 ministers for proper administration of the state. So he worked very hard for the administration and for the smooth functioning of the system, and he had a administration of he had his entire team, a cabinet of 8 ministers for proper administration of the state. End of Mughal rule. The Mughal rule was tired of waging war against Marathas in south for 25 long years. At last, Aurangzeb decided to retreat towards the north. So, Mughal army got tired having war with this Maratha empire for 25 years long, and then they left it and they decided to move towards the north. He had also become old by that time. After his demise, the decline of Mughal empire began. The struggle for the throne broke out. There was no capable rulers who could keep everybody together. Aurangzeb's narrow-minded policies were responsible for the end of Mughal empire. So when he started retreating towards the north, by that time he became very old also, and after his demise there was no one who could head the throne and who could take the Mughal empire ahead, and there was no one who could bring all people together and keep a hold on it. And this was because of Aurangzeb himself, because of his narrow minded policies. The Mughal Empire, which was established in 1526 CE, started declining from 1707 CE. The empire established by Babur extended over most of India in Aurangzeb's time, and during his reign itself started decline. Now what happened? This entire Mughal empire, which was been established by Babur, or we call it Babur, uh, also started declining in the period of Aurangzeb, and it flourished also into the period of Aurangzeb. So uh, over here we end our chapter. So Mughal empire, okay, and golden age and the downfall, and we will discuss and read the activities and the point which is given in 6.7 in the interactive session of ours. Chapter 6, Mughal Empire, Golden Age and Downfall, Part 2.